Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to The Pitch with Fox, Beatoms, and Mitch. I'm your host, John Fox, alongside here with Beatoms and Mitch Sabatelli.
Fox is back.
Yes, yeah. I am, after missing that long week last week. But anyways...
It's kind of awkward sitting back over here again.
Yeah.
Good job, Phil.
No Santa there, and, everything's...
We're back to our
moving on to the new year tonight.
Yep,
So,
New Year's Eve.
let's get on with the stories. Top stories of the week. Sid the Kid stopped by the Islanders. The streak ends at 25 games with consecutive points. Thoughts on this?
It's funny how the Islanders were the team that stopped him.
Yeah, I know.
What a terrible team. But, DiPietro, he had a pretty good game. It was a great streak. It was one of the best streaks I've ever seen, really. And really, it wasn't hyped up enough. I thought it really should be nothing but ESPN.
You didn't really hear that much.
You think about Brett Favre retirement, that's all. He even has his own little section on the ESPN bottom line called Brett Favre. It should have been Sidney Crosby watch all the time. And even when it stopped, it wasn't even a big story.
When the games were going on, you didn't even hear about it. No. Normally when the streaks like this going on ESPN, every 5 minutes they're updating you.
I give ESPN a D for covering the Sidney Crosby watch, but that was a great streak, and too bad it had to come to win. A lot of streaks came to win.
I didn't think anybody was going to stop him.
I didn't either.
I thought he was going to make it up to like 40 games.
But DiPietro had a hell of a game. He was stopping everything. So
I thought like an injury or something was going to be the reason he looked
something like that.
All right, moving on. Who do you guys think will be the NHL MVP? Do you think it will be Crosby or anybody else in the league?
Crosby.
It's got to be Crosby. Crosby's already up by 15 points to everybody else. I think Stamkos is in second place. I think Crosby's already
think about how far ahead Stamkos was.
Yeah. We're not even halfway through the season, and Crosby already has 30 goals, 30 assists. That guy's ridiculous. 65 points.
That's normally a good game, like a good season.
That's a great season for somebody. Yeah, that's
for a whole season.
Yep. So. But he's this streak is really raising him up, and not even the streak. It's not like he's getting assists. He's getting his last game at the end before the end of the streak was 2 goals, 2 assists. This guy was just piling on the points. Malkin really helped him a little bit. Fleury's playing out of his mind, but right now Crosby, if you took Crosby out of that team will be nothing. So he's my MVP.
So how many points is he up to?
I think it's like 65. Oh, Stamkos 49, something like that.
Yeah. So I know Martin St. Louis is third.
Yeah. With 44, I think. So yeah, Tampa Bay is doing really good. Second in the league right now. Stamkos and St. Louis.
It's gonna be a team to watch.
It is.
All right, moving on.
I just want to say one quick thing. Mitch bashed me on that for saying that I like them because I like them in NHL.
Tampa Bay. They're a good team. They're a good offense.
You bashed me for saying that.
But you also say Crosby wasn't that good.
I know. No, I never said he wasn't good, but
it is a leader. But he's a great leader.
No, end it. I already
All right, next one.
All right, moving on. We got some injuries in the NBA. Big injuries. Kevin Garnett out for 2 weeks, and Brandon Roy is out indefinitely. We'll start with Garnett. Who wants to take this one?
All right, the
Celtics are screwed. I mean, first Rondo goes down, then Garnett goes down. I mean, it's going to be really hard to recover from this. I mean, Garnett's pretty much like that one guy that fires the entire team up, and I'm not going to say it's going to hurt them all that much, but it's going to hurt them in the long run, I think, because they're going to lose that kind of momentum.
You know he's only out for 2 weeks, right?
No, I know. That's
good news. When I first saw it, it looked like he had no guys around him. He just went out for a dunk. You see the dunk that happened?
Yeah, I saw
He dunked, and he held on the rim. I thought he was just hanging on there, but really he was in huge pain. The guy was covering his face. He was in tons of pain. When I saw he was only out for 2 weeks, I thought that was great.
Oh, no, that's good news, but the fact that they're going to lose that momentum they have right now.
Yeah, true. Garnett looks like he's back, he's revived his whole career right now for this season. Last season he looked like just like a mediocre role player, as Rondo looked like he was taking over the team. Now he looks back to his superstar form. He's putting up 20 points a night right now, and losing that's going to hurt. But, they have Big Baby who's having a great year right now.
Oh, I don't think their talent is going to go down that much, but it's the morale of the team.
Another thing, Jermaine O'Neal looked pretty good the last game. So if he steps up, they start getting Shaq and Perk's coming back soon. Rondo's coming back. I think they can salvage it for 2 weeks, but it needs to stay only 2 weeks. That's the big thing.
That's the thing. You never know.
Yeah, especially Doc Rivers. I love Doc Rivers, but the one thing I don't like about him, which is a good thing but bad at the same time, he keeps his players out as much as they can, so it's not entertaining to watch. But I guess I know what he's doing, which is saving him for the playoffs, which happened last year, which was a good thing. But if he's staying out for just 2 weeks, that's fine. But if it goes up to a month, 2 months, then if there's any back problems or more knee problems, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
All right, thoughts on Brandon Roy?
Brandon Roy, that's huge. Right now, Portland's eighth in the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, and Roy's having 18 points a game. So an ace seed in the West. The West there isn't a big gap there. So without Roy, they're most valuable player. If they lose Roy for a long time, and he's out indefinitely, so who knows what that means. If they lose Roy for a long time and see other teams come up there, that's going to be a problem.
I just want to know what's going on this year. I mean, all these big players in every sport are getting hurt. I mean, David Garrod's out for the season now too. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's getting hurt. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I look for Wes Matthews, who's already averaging 15 points a game on Portland, to step in and really carry Portland for a few more games. He's going to be showcased more. He's going to be that starting shooting guard for games to come. I look for Andre Miller to step up. I want Aldridge to step up. Batum. But really, Wes Matthews, I want him to score around 20, 22 points a game if Portland has a chance to cover for Brennan Roy.
All right.
But it definitely also doesn't really mean anything.
Well, that would be like day to day.
Yeah.
Indefinitely is bad, I think.
It's bad, but I mean,
because
it could be a week, it could be 3 months.
It could, but it also means they don't know what the injury is yet. So
yeah.
usually,
so it could turn out to be nothing.
Okay.
But it could also turn out to be something.
But
serious.
if it's out 2 months, that's huge.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait to see.
He's a young player, so he could get back soon. But.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our final top story of the week. We usually don't cover anything like this, but it's big. So another huge streak was snapped this week.
It's like a streak week right now.
Yeah, no. UConn's women's basketball taken down by Stanford, and their win streak done at 90. Thoughts on this?
I didn't think the streak was going to end at all.
That streak was amazing. This was one of the best streaks I've ever seen. And you know,
I thought Crosby was.
Yeah, but no, this was better. I think this UConn streak. Auriemma is one of the most underrated coaches in any sport. The UConn women's coach, he's been there for a long time, and he's one of the greatest coaches. That team just can't stop. Maya Moore is great for that team. You see her on ESPN all the time. I don't watch UConn women's very much, but I know Maya Moore is very good. And she was only stopped to 14 points, and that was how Stanford won, really. And there's a player in Stanford's, Jeanette Poland, I think, the point guard, who had 31 points to really carry that team. And Stanford was their only big problem, I guess, in their whole schedule, and they stopped them, and they stopped it pretty good too by like 15 points.
Yeah, I mean you can't go on forever, but I wanted to see this at 100.
Yeah, but they did break the record. They beat UCLA, and
they broke the record, but I wanted to see 100 because that's just something that I don't know if ever
3 digits. Yeah. Again. Same with kind of like Brett Favre at the 300.
Yeah,
he got to 297. Like just get up there, but I mean it was a great streak, and it should go down as one of the greatest streaks of all time.
One of the greatest streaks of all time. 228 men's squash. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but it was on ESPN, so yeah.
Okay.
All right, we have a question from Drew from Dallas. Question for you guys is, what's the biggest sports story of 2010 as we close this year?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the NBA free agent frenzy with the LeBron-a-thon and all the Wade and Bosch coverage. What are you gonna say?
I mean, there was so many. I mean, you could go with Tiger Woods.
Maybe Vic.
Vic
coming back. Brett Favre.
Yeah,
true.
I mean, there's too many to pick one.
Maybe UConn streak. I don't know. It's but you know this free agent class, this 2010 free agent class, we've been talking about for 2 or 3 years now.
Well, why don't we include baseball in that too?
Baseball, yeah. Giants coming back.
Just all the free agents in general.
Yeah, true. But the Giants were a huge story because they weren't supposed to be anything, and they came back in a great series, Cody Ross and all them. But I'm looking for the free agent frenzy. LeBron really took over this whole summer. That was just a huge moment in sports. That whole thing, the whole decision thing, bunch of crap for that. It wasn't a great moment in sports history, but it's definitely a historic moment. I'll have to go for that. This was a good sports year, but I'd say that's probably mine.
Yeah, like I said, I can't really pick one, but I don't know.
I have one question for you. Back on the 2 streaks for the Sidney Crosby and UConn thing, I say UConn's better. What do you think's better?
I would say UConn.
UConn?
Just because...
I'll take 90 games in a row.
Yeah, but Sidney Crosby 20 by himself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but I mean...
UConn's a whole team.
I don't know. It just seems more difficult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they're always getting new players.
Yep, that's true.
And yet they still continue
and
to do
Pittsburgh is a great team. He has a good supporting cast, and Malkin and Cook and all them, and Kunitz, so... I'll go UConn.
I mean, we've seen, you know, like in baseball, for example, you know, not that great of players getting like 30, 35 game hitting streaks.
Yeah.
So, what does that really prove?
That's true, but you never seen... I think Wayne Gretzky has the record 51 in a row. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if he had got close to the record, then that's one thing, but he's only got halfway there.
But in today's hockey, that's tough.
It's tough, but I don't know.
Us
I would say Chris Paul had a better streak than this.
Oh, the steal streak? That was pretty good. Brett Favre's was pretty good. A lot of good streaks coming close.
But I'm just saying, compared to, like,
297.
you know, one statistic thing,
Yeah.
I would say Chris Paul was better than Crosby.
Oh, I disagree. I think the point streak was better. Because, I mean, one steal a game.
I know, but that's a one-person thing. Crosby had a whole team of all-stars pretty much to do it with.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
You know?
But you say UConn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
UConn. It's fine.
All right. I'm not trying to take away from Crosby because that was tremendous.
No, that was awesome.
No, you just wish it was Savard. So.
No, I hate Savard. He can screw himself.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Coming up, we got NFL and NBA on the way, but until we get there, stay tuned, everyone. We'll see you when it happens.